Hey, this is Paul, founder and president of Giant Jaxx Media. I have two great guests on my show today. I have Eric Langley, who's an AI expert advising businesses how to incorporate it. I have David Perdue, who's a successful Vistage chair doing great things. We got into a discussion about AI. You're gonna love it. Let's go jump in. Hi, everybody. This is Paul Hitchcock, founder and president of Giant Jaxx Media. Thanks for watching Giant TV here. Very excited to have my two guests. I have David Perdue, who is a Vistage chair, building an incredible group. And I have Eric Langley, who is an innovation officer of his own firm and all about AI. And we're going to get into that in a minute. Really excited to have both of you on here. Thanks. And so, David, let's jump right into you. Love to hear about kind of where you're building your group, the value that you're presenting with people that are coming on board. So tell us a bit about what you're doing.
All right. I am a new chair in the Sarasota area, so I'm building CEO groups in the Manatee County, Sarasota County, Hillsborough and Pinellas County areas in Florida. And so working with CEOs, putting CEOs together to form peer advisory groups to help each other improve their leadership, improve their decision making, and drive better results for their companies, which includes quality of life for them, their employees, and their families.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff. And actually, you did a video recently about that quality of life and becoming part of a group. And David, who are you looking to put together? Certain industry groups, or do you have a focus?
No focus, just looking at the region here. That's my only focus. Yeah, it's a wide open region.
Right. Getting good people in there. And then what is the value? So somebody coming on board, what do you talk to them about as the benefits of joining your peer group?
Well, our peer groups are non-competitive, so we don't have competing companies in a particular group. Everything is confidential. And so, you cannot extrapolate your personal life and issues with business and vice versa, business with personal. They're always intermingled. So the great thing is you can get 16 business leaders together in a confidential environment and go over issues and do what's called issue processing, a proprietary framework done by Vistage over the last 65 years to help people go through and find out what the real question, the real problem is. And when you can get 16 of your peers, some of which have gone through an issue that you're currently going through, whether it's business or personal, and get them to ask the right questions and help you drill down and figure out the best strategy for fixing the problem and coming to a resolution. That's invaluable.
Yeah.
It's invaluable.
Yeah, gold. Because I've heard you talk about before the fact that as a leader, not a lot of people they can go to when there's an issue with the company. They're not going to management, and management could be part of the problem, so they're not going there. You don't want to bring it home to your spouse. So right. I know you've talked about how the idea is that you really come to these meetings, bring your hard issues, and you become vulnerable, bring it up, but people really do collaborate, and it's sort of an amazing board of your peers you have to solve things, and it's happening all over Vistage.
It's exactly right. The old adage is it's lonely at the top. And it truly is. I was an entrepreneur and CEO, business owner for many, many years. And, you think that you have people, friends to turn to and ask questions to, or family, family, maybe also entrepreneurs and business owners. And it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Not quite the same.
No, it's like you don't want to walk in the house after work, the dog's barking, the kids are pissed off, and hey, honey, let me tell you about this issue at work I have. Can you help me with it? Yeah. So it's awesome to have the board there. And then the one-to-ones too, when they join Vistage, they're getting you one-to-one monthly, right? We're sitting down and they can get into the weeds on anything with you.
Right. Yeah, it's a chance to delve into issues that people are having in a one-on-one private confidential environment without taking it to the group
Yeah.
until you're ready to take it to the group. And
Yeah.
also, help hold you accountable. I'm not there as a consultant, but somebody that's there as a confidant and to help hold you accountable.
Yeah, no, I love it. A lot going on there. And I want to say to everybody watching this, because we stream this everywhere, get connected with David. His information is around this video. I know you will get on a Zoom with folks and talk to them about what you're building there. And they should take you up on it. And one of the big issues, I know Vistage is all over it, and David, you and I have had some discussion about it, is AI. And Eric, you're on stage now, because I'm so excited about this. I mean, I love the tools and the gadgets and the strategy around AI, and you're at the forefront of it. So tell us about your background, Eric, and let's get into what you think we all should be knowing about AI.
Yeah, thank you, Paul and David. That was great insight about being in a Vistage group and the value proposition there. I wish I had that when I was running a bigger company. Right now, I'm a fractional innovation officer, and I specialize in helping mid-sized businesses really leverage AI to create a competitive advantage. And my background is really what has brought me to this place. I've been a business owner my whole life. I was in a technology business for 20 years, and now AI. I'm just so happy to be alive at this time. There's so much going on and so many opportunities. That's actually kind of the part of the problem too. Like there is so much taking place that, like, where do you start? How do you make the best of this? You don't want to make a mistake. You don't want to fall in an AI rabbit hole, so to speak, without getting value. So that's a lot of what I do on the strategy side.
Yeah, and Eric, you're working with businesses at every level or every industry. Is there a focus there?
Yeah, it's really across industry, and there's a good reason for that. Similar to David, you get a lot of different perspectives when you work across industries. So you can learn things in one industry that could apply to another. You aren't so monolithic, just tied into healthcare, and that's all you know. But you learn different things by working with different industries and what can work in other places. So I really enjoy that.
Yeah, and how do companies start with AI? Because I want to get into what you do specifically, into the weeds a little bit, but how do companies start it? They're all over the map and everyone's trying to figure out
Yeah.
what's going on. There's a new tool that seems to come out every week. What's your recommendation there?
Yeah, a new tool every week, like 3,000 last month, AI startups. Like, how do you deal with that, right?
Right, yeah.
But everybody knows about ChatGPT now, has put AI on the map for almost the last year now. And, but AI has been around for a long time in bigger companies. But mid-sized companies have the resources. The systems really are not that expensive that you can install. You can run your own private chat bot in your company or to deal with your customers. But beyond that, there's so many different areas that you can work in. And I have a plan or a model for prioritizing those possibilities to come up with what's the best place to start. And that just depends on every unique company. It's a bespoke type of a thing. What might be
Yep.
good for you might not be good for someone else.
Yeah, and do you find that it helps to have a champion of AI at the company, someone who's interested and you can kind of can kick things off?
Yeah, for sure. You need that. I mean, it helps to have the top leadership on board and saying, we don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to have a strategy. And really, my focus is on integrating AI into a business's overall strategy for growth. So if they're targeting a particular part of a marketplace, we can use AI to enable that.
Yeah, and it's interesting because so what we've launched a new business is one of the things I'm doing, and AI has come into play because it involved messaging out to our community, and then directing them to a site where there's a chat bot there. They can click on a link to fill out a form that then generates a proposal that then comes back to us. So we had human beings involved in that process, and it was
Doing
like
that before.
yeah, laborious.
Yeah.
AI came in, and I'm like, okay, we're AIing this thing out. It's insane. Human beings have been
Yeah.
taken out till the very end, and maybe that's a textbook example, an easy one, but boy, it really is working there.
Yeah, no, that's what I call low-hanging fruit. So you found something that was easy to automate. AI was a good use case for it. And I think most businesses have that. So we go for those quick wins. There's one or two things where like, let's just hit that. We don't have to have our whole strategic plan done, but we're going to get these one or two things done. And then you kind of move on to the longer term, maybe bigger impact type of
But yeah,
initiatives.
that's a great way to say it, because as you go through that, oh, go ahead, Dave. You have
I
a
was going to
question.
say, if you're the business leader, how do you get the people in your company to use AI if they're scared of it because they're fear of being replaced?
Yeah. And here's the beauty of AI in the research that has been done so far. Goldman Sachs did a very large study on the impact of AI on industries. And they're like about 25% of work is going to be affected, but not, there's going to be jobs that are changed, but not lost. So the net is a gain in
Hmm.
jobs. Jobs are going to be eliminated, but more jobs are actually going to be created by AI. And I look at it as empowering because those people that are doing work are going to be able to focus on work that's more meaningful than maybe the
Yeah.
mundane or drudgery type of work that you just have to do every day to get to the good stuff.
Mhm.
So they'll be spending way more of their time on value producing activities than just getting a task done.
What kind of security does a company have to think about with using AI?
Yeah, there's a few things that we deal with from risk management, is what I call that standpoint. And that's fairly addressable. I mean, it isn't an insurmountable thing. We do have to put policies in place and systems as well, but it is manageable.
Yeah, and you're talking about security where you don't want private company information out there. For look example, if you're a law firm, you're putting client information or it's involved in the automation. Obviously, Eric, that you got to have security for that, right?
Yeah, for sure. We don't, put any private information on public networks when we're doing these. These are all private networks, so we've that's pretty well handled. I mean, you have to account for it, but it's pretty well handled.
Do you advise, Eric, people at the company for they themselves to start learning about AI that may help them in their daily job of what they do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a big part of what I do going into a company is
Yeah.
actually teaching. So, the first thing you want to do is come up with policies and learnings or trainings for how to use these tools and technologies beyond just the basis of ChatGPT, but what other things can interface with that and how to get the most out of it on your daily basis. There's a lot of tools that overlay on top of ChatGPT that can make you very, very efficient.
So when you go in and you help out a company, you're looking at the processes, you got to find out what they're already doing. And, is that part of it?
Yeah, yeah. So I have what I call three Ps: processes, products, and people.
Uh,
And they're all equally valuable and important, but they tie together. So uh, that's our model.
What are some of the limitations of AI right now, and how does that compare to where it was 2 years ago and might be next year?
Yeah, I mean, so right now everybody's seen what an exponential curve looks like, right? It's just going like that. So what's happening right now is that curve is just going like this. So the growth is exponential and the capabilities are enormous. That doesn't mean you should wait, a year or 2 years to implement this stuff, because the problem is waiting is really a risk from falling behind your competitors that are implementing what is available right now.
yeah.
Even though more is coming, there's no reason to wait. You can do a lot with what's here.
Mhm.
Yeah, love it. Well, I know we could talk forever about
Oh
this
yeah, I could
subject. I mean,
talk all day.
yeah, I know, Eric, you give a 5 hour seminar on this, but
Yeah, I do.
um, yeah, it's great. We just want, the idea here is to get people thinking about this, that it is happening, it ain't going away. And you've got an expert here, Eric, that can talk to you, and his information is around this video as well. Get connected with Eric. He'll get on a call with you also. And I want to, thank both of you for being here. And I'd say everybody watching this, stay tuned, because yeah, we're going to continue to, do more of this, keep people updated on AI. And this is a great topic. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Bye.